So I love to shop, just like many of the girls in this world. I love to shop, and it's something that is hard to control for a lot of women, especially if you have good taste. Like, if you have good taste, and not only do I have good taste, I have passion, and I'm really good at finding sales. Maybe because I'm Asian and I have really hard time not shopping. And it's not like a selfish thing. I'm not like hoarding. I like to get rid of things. I like to really gift things to, and I like to also, I have a business to really sell things, right? So I am doing it with a purpose a lot of times, but not a lot of times it's for my business. It is for me, or I'm overbuying on things. So I am feeling conflicted because I do have a business and passion in shopping and like clothing, right? But at what point is it too much when I buy it for myself? And I ask God, because I don't want to be an overconsumer, like, and do I have the ability to say no? And I think this is like a temptation that I'm struggling with, to be honest. And I just don't know, like, I justify every purchase, and I just don't know, like, when it's purposeful and then when does it cross to become too much. And I feel like a lot of the world normalizes shopping too much, so I feel like it's easy to justify how much you buy, and I know deep down I don't need as much as I buy. This consumerism is too much in this world. And so I really prayed, and that's the thing about being like true Christian, is you don't really try to fight the temptation. That's the point of Christianity, is you can't. Humanity, we can't, like, we are not able to be perfect like Jesus was. So that's why we need to be saved. So I know that I can't say no. So that I prayed to Jesus, and I said, I want to follow your will, God, and I want you to have the Holy Spirit enter my heart and do as your will. Like, if your will is for me to not buy certain things or not shop as much, like, whatever is your will, I will surrender to it. Like, I'm opening up my heart towards this subject, and your will is my will. Like, I want to follow your will. And the great thing about Jesus is he will enter your heart and he will fight that temptation for you. That's what it means to be saved, like, every single moment of your life. And turning away from yourself means letting go of control and letting go of your own self so that you let God enter. And let me tell you, like, I bought this shoes online, and I have like a few hours maybe to cancel it. And I was really thinking, like, I really think it's so cute and it's like such a good price. But I have so many shoes, but I don't have this in this color, like, it's really hard for me to say no. And so I prayed that prayer, and like a minute or two after, like, the desire of that, like, I need it, I have to have it, like, it disappeared. Like, I didn't have that desire anymore, and I went on and I canceled my purchase, which I knew deep, very deep down I don't need. So that's the thing. And I just realized, like, I'm finally at a stage of understanding that I'm not the one to fight the devil or the temptations. Like, I can seek God's help and surrender and let him do the work, and he takes on my load, and his load is lighter, so I take on his load. Like it says it in the quote about the yoke. He says like, my yoke is light, and my burden is light, or whatnot. And so I felt so much light, and the desire to purchase these things disappeared. So it's not like, so Christianity, sometimes people might think like, oh, like people are just struggling with temptation, sin, like whatever struggles you have in whatever category. People imagine themselves like really struggling. And let's say, for example, let's say this one is personal for me in the past. Let's say for me, it was dieting. Like I had a really bad relationship with food a long time ago. And most of my life, like mid-teens to my 20s, I had struggled with relationship with food. So a lot of times I would force myself to stop eating and try to be healthy, or go on a strict diet, or go on a very strict exercise plan. But I realized that didn't work, because study shows, everybody knows this, that the yo-yo dieting, it leads to way worse gaining weight, and you go back on it. It's like this, such a terrible cycle. And so with anything in life, you don't fight it. You can't fight it. The more strongly you fight it, the stronger that thing will win. And I already knew this before I became Christian anyway, so I became an intuitive eater for that reason. And same thing with Jesus, is whatever sin or temptation you're fighting, you can't fight it, because it'll get stronger. The more you restrict, the only way you could win is for your desire to, you don't have that desire existing in you anymore. And the only person, or the only way that can be taken out is Jesus can do it, because he's the only human being who walked this earth perfectly. And so he can do it because he's God. And the Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God, it's one thing. So he can do it for you. You just have to pray in surrendering. And when you leave that space for God to enter your heart and to take the driver's seat, and you take the passenger seat, you don't even have to fight the temptation, because it disappears. You're like, I actually don't need that anymore, that shoes anymore. I just canceled it. And I could not believe it, because they were so cute.